So here we go.
You okay? Sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah, we're starting.
All right, we're starting now. I'm going to go into the yellow part. One of the things I said was that, you know, you got to decide how much you want to be like your subject. In this style of painting, I'm not trying to reproduce the values or the colors or the whites or the lines. I'm trying to get a feeling of the flowers. So at some point, you almost need to forget about what they look like and just concentrate on what's happening on your paper. And that's more important, because if you try to be too faithful to what you're looking at, you become tight and you become too controlled. So I'm using
For those
a color
who have control issues.
a color called Rare Earth, and I've got the original here, but I also want to have a little mixed with yellow. So I'm going to take, I've got some mucky yellow green in my own palette over here, and I'm going to put it here and take a little bit of that and mix it in, and it's going to give me, it's giving me a lime green, which I'm not too keen about. Let's see what happens if I go a little darker. Okay, so I'm going to try to get my stems in. Stems are usually a little lighter than the leaves themselves. You can see up here in the, if you get close in there for me, Marianne, they're a little bit lighter than the, and watch out with the Kleenex. So I'm gonna use that lighter color, make sure I've got the right brush to get those stems in correctly. And also sometimes you get a little bit wider base where the stem meets the flower. Sometimes not, because the base is like more behind, but let's put a little bit here. And this one's gonna be, again, we wanna cut in half the center of the flower to make sure the stem's coming out in the right place. That was the wrong brush. So I've got one brush that has the lighter color and one brush that has the darker color. And now I'm gonna come in, and I'm not so concerned about reproducing the, oh, that was kind of nice the way it took off the edge there, softened that edge with a Kleenex. Not so concerned with reproducing even the color of the leaves, because it's green, and sometimes things are just too green, and you know, paintings don't have to be as what are you gonna call it, as literal in color as what you see. They can be different. And it's important to remember that you don't have to reproduce the color all the time. And the thing is, and I'm feeling it myself right now, because I'm approaching the end of the picture, I'm feeling nervous, you know, and that can be a big mistake. Just keep making, keep going. And sometimes it's just better to let the brush go and forget about what it's looking like, and just, you know, use the point of the brush. And again, I wish I had just left that alone. I liked it better the way it looked. No, it's not looking so good to me, but maybe I can wipe it out. It was getting a little too long, so let's just, oops, look at that green. That's too green for me, but it can wipe off. And that's nice, because I think with the hot press, things stick on top for a while.
They do.
They don't soak in right away.
You can move them.
And you can move stuff. So you're all gonna want to pick up some hot pressed, I guess. Here's another stem. And the color's starting to be more what we need here. Let's put that leaf up there because I've got some pencil mark to hide. We'll just extend the leaf like that. And bring some purple into the leaf, why not? Doesn't hurt to bring a little bit of the purple. As a matter of fact, it helps because it helps create more what they call harmony. If you throw a little purple into your leaves, not that you're going to keep that much, but you're going to keep some of it. And it's sort of one of those rules. I don't know if it's a rule, but it's a rule that can be broken too. You want to, I'm going to go to Perlene now because I ran out of the other one. And just, it's kind of like just watching paint run. It's kind of fun, but it can do beautiful things. Look at this. It's like I'm afraid to go in there again because I may lose what's there, and I don't want to lose it. It's lovely. It's the runs that make things look exciting and interesting. And when you watch this, look at the way I first painted this leaf, because if I remember correctly, the first painting of it was much nicer than what's ended up. I should have left it alone. But, you know, we don't always do the right thing when it comes to painting. Everybody makes mistakes. Something's going on here that I'm not happy with. I've got this stem here, and I want to differentiate the stem from the leaf, and I think the only way I can do that is put some darks in there. What?
Might have to wait for that to dry a little bit.
Yeah, before I can do it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to. Hold on a sec.
Use a hair dryer on the hot paper because it moves the paint too much. I would have to let it air dry.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of suggest maybe some other things going. I'm not liking this. I think at this point we're going to let it dry because there's too much water and it's running too much. So let's stop. And maybe later at the end of class I'll come back and see how I can finish it. It's not looking good.
It looks good.
Okay.